I'm lucky I get to work from home today. And I just was bored and I thought I'd come in and talk to you all and ask you about y'all's day. And then also just to go over a couple of the trips that I have planned. My biggest one right now is the Relocation Mexico preview trip that I've set for and that I hope that y'all are able to go. Is set for February. It's actually set for February the 21st through the 24th. You'll get to visit, you know, and get the real life side of Querétaro, Mexico, along with San Miguel de Allende, because that is a journey that I am on. Uh, I have actively received my residency. I am in the process of, making those decisions of when I'm going to leave. Um, that is my, you know, eventual stop, but I may not be able to go right now because I do have to work. I have to keep going. But this is also, and I've made that comment before that, this is hopefully something that for me, it's a longevity move, right? But it's not like if I don't care for it, I can't come back. But while I've been in Mexico, I've thoroughly enjoyed myself being in Querétaro and being up to San Miguel. I don't do San Miguel well because of it's a little bit higher up in altitude. So with my lung condition, I tend to have a lot of problems up there. I do a little bit better in Querétaro, even though it's up there a little. So in some of my past videos, if when I'm there, you may hear me wheezing just a little bit because of that. But in San Miguel, I thought my stuff was gonna fall apart. Um, but I wanted just to come in and talk to y'all during my lunch break and just to check on everybody. And I said, now I know I said that I was gonna wait till I got to 500 to go to live because wasn't nobody gonna embarrass me. But look, real truth of this is I gotta get my information out. I gotta let y'all know about, hey, how you doing? The things that I'm doing, the things I'm trying to grow, the businesses I'm trying to make happen, and just my daily life also. Um, Hi, and I just want to thank you for joining me. I'm on a mission. I coming up in the next 2 weeks, I turn 53. And I am truly on a mission to make changes in my life, to make my businesses grow, to make my life better for me in the long run. And if that has to be, I want to travel more, which is why I created the travel group, Blissful Soul Travel. You can go to the site. I have a couple of cruises there. I have my relocation tour there. Um, and eventually I'm moving to Mexico. I have some other spots too that are on my list. I have another place that I can go, but technically that's too far for me. That's at least a 15-hour plane ride. So I just don't, I don't, I don't even think about that because as I'm getting older, I have to make sure my family can get to me and I can get to them in case something happens and make it also feasible and affordable for somebody if I, at a last minute flight. But uh, for me, I went to Querétaro. I've always said originally that I wanted to move abroad. I wanted to retire abroad. And at first I looked at Costa Rica. And and Costa Rica was beautiful, but when I got to Costa Rica, it just didn't when I was in Guanacaste, it was great, but it was way too many other animals there that I was just like, oh yeah, that's a little bit too much for me, right? And then I went to go visit a friend in Querétaro, and I fell in love there. I really fell in love there, and I was like, this is beautiful, and so when I was first thinking about it, I was like, okay, my friend moved on and went somewhere else. And so when I decided I was going to do my residency, if you know, I've told the story about I was supposed to go and then stuff kind of fell apart and I was like, what am I going to do? And I was going to go to Merida and then somebody else backed out and I was like, I don't want to go alone. And another friend reached out to me and was like, what are all of the locations you can go um, to get your residency? And she was like, is Querétaro one of them? I said, yeah, but the person I know isn't. She says, well, I have in-laws there. Let's contact them. And they let me come stay with them that week I was there for my residency. And they showed me around and it was amazing. I love that place. And it's so much of what people think it is that is not. It's so much more than that. The question was what made me decide on Mexico if y'all didn't see it in the section. But it was literally I felt at peace there. I felt literally like, oh, I can relax and do this long term. And it was beautiful. It was honestly just beautiful. That was my main thing. But like I said, I always knew it was going to be, I wanted to retire abroad. I just I didn't know it was going to be Mexico, technically. And I'm from Texas. So it's like right there. We've always gone into Mexico, but, usually the border towns and stuff, or unless we're gone on vacation. But that place specifically for me, I've walked the streets of Querétaro hanging out and going to go do stuff and going to do shopping. I've truly enjoyed it there. Um, as a child, okay. Would you ever go back? And so, I don't know. I think that if everybody gets out of their head that what people hear about places and really see what other places have to offer, they'd be more open to it. And that's kind of like why I also offered my relocation tour for people to go because of I want people to genuinely see. Don't pay attention to what people say. You know, they have I'm the place where I'm at, we have the biggest mall, for here for Texas, world renowned, the Galleria. Um, mm, it was really fun. That's good. And when I got there, they have the most beautiful mall in Querétaro, the most beautiful mall, and they have all the name brand shopping and all the name brand restaurants but even their local fare. Oh, I went to this Mexican bistro while I was there. I can't remember their name. It was amazing, and it's actually on my spot for our gastro tour, where I was like, we're gonna do, go to the winery, go to do a gastro tour, do the real side also of Mexico and Querétaro and San Miguel, where you're also see the neighborhoods and see, you know, the ins and out. And my facilitators, they have that education session with you all, so that you get to experience and get your questions answered. I think that it's getting to the point, really. It's I'm not is I just want to be able to maintain, and have that version of I'm ready to relax. And when I went there, I just seemed so relaxed. Like I felt like I released and it's not like you're on vacation. It literally like you felt like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot I had my computer turned up. That's why you had a little light here. Um, I finally felt like everything was peaceful. You come back and you're just like, when you have to go back from vacation. But every time I've gone there and have looked and try to look at locations to move at and all these things, I feel more and more at peace every day that and every time I've been there. Um, I recommend anybody go. I recommend that people take time, visit, see for yourself. Uh, what? A mariachi band, a Curated sticker. Oh, that's cute. Maybe later. So I don't know. I just wanted to come on and talk. I don't really do my lives because I did a live before. But I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to get my stuff out more. I'm trying to be present more, you know. And I had a quick little 30-minute lunch break before I have a meeting. And so, and again, like I said, I get to work from home today. And so I was like, let me log on real quick and talk to everybody and, and see what's going on. And what do y'all want to talk about? Would y'all ever consider moving abroad? Is that something that's on y'all's list to do? You know, I'm open to suggestions. I got nothing but time. Oh, okay. Let's see. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been, because the question was, what other countries have I been to? So I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to Malaysia, Singapore, Costa Rica. I'm missing a few. Oh, Tokyo. I went to Japan. Uh, I can't think right now. I'm sorry, but um, yeah, I can't think of other places I've been to. But I've been to several, and that's kind of why I created my little travel group because I wanted to uh, be able to, I don't know if you ever saw any of my other videos before. I get perimenopause brain where I go like, woo, and I forget for a second. So when I, but if you go back and look at pretty much any of my videos, especially my little travel shorts, a few of them are there. But um, Hawaii, I used to want to, oh, thank you for subscribing. I used to want to live in Hawaii. I guess for me, since all the stuff has happened in Hawaii about the fires and everything, that's not even on my list to visit really because I want to be respectful while they're trying to rebuild. I don't know. That's just like Puerto Rico hasn't been on my list because of that either, since they're having water shortages. But my I've heard that Hawaii is beautiful. My sister loved it when she went. I just have not had the opportunity. I was like, I was like, I wanted to work my way out and then come in. So I was like, okay, so I started my travel company, Blissful Soul Travel, because I used to be afraid to fly. So I didn't go anywhere. I had been on two planes previously before in my life. And that was in my early 20s. And then after 9/11 hit, I never got back on a plane again. Right? And so what happened is in 2021, my mom passed away and I got diagnosed with a lung condition. And so I was like, I'm going to travel. I'm going to see the world because I thought I wasn't going to be there the next year. Right? And I got on a plane and next thing you know, I've been to all these different countries. I was trying to make up for them 20 something years not being on the plane. And I was like, I want to make a travel group so people can experience this too and go with me and see that side. And so that some people love to travel alone. I went to Costa Rica by myself. I went to Uruguay. Yeah, that's the other one. And that's back on my list because there's some stuff I gotta handle there. But I didn't enjoy Costa Rica by myself. I want to go places with people. And so not everybody wanted to go to places, right, that I wanted to go to. So I created the travel business so that we can go in small, intimate groups and have fun and get to experience and get to meet great people on the trip. You know, most of my groups are mainly female because that's what I specialize in is women travel groups because we're the ones that if we travel, unless our spouse or boyfriend goes with us, we don't have that. You know, we're not really big on. Some women are now big on going alone. So I created a group. So if you wanted to go alone but still have people with you, you get to know people that way. But I do also have a couple of co-ed trips that I'm doing. Those are mainly. I have a co-ed trip actually coming up for when I gotta think about it. I have co-ed trip coming up. It's a cruise though. It is on Virgin Cruises, and that's gonna be November, November the 13th through the 18th of 2027. We're going to Grand Turks and Caicos, and also to Bimini, Bahamas. That's all in the same cruise. So I have that one set up too. If anybody wants to go to that. Um, Oh, thank you. I'm gonna start doing. I think I'm gonna do Thursday night happy hours. Everybody grab your martini or cocktail or mocktail, and I think I'm Central Standard Time, so probably about 6:30 p.m. That's what I'm gonna do every Thursday. I think I'm gonna start that for a little while. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. My lunch is almost over too. I got a couple of more minutes. I got about 15 more minutes, but I'll see you. Make sure, thank you for subscribing and joining. I'll be here. I'm gonna try to go during my lunch. And yeah, definitely a Thursday happy hour. That's what we'll do, guys. So anybody else want to talk? Okay, bye. Thank y'all so much for coming in and joining me. Y'all have made my day. I was feeling kind of blah. And I think that's why I came on here, is that I was just like, huh, I need a little excitement in my day. I need to speak to people. I need to, you know, be engaged, you know. And also, you know, I've been doing this for 3 years almost. And, you know, my numbers are low. And then they're changing this whole thing about YouTube. But I was like, I'm really using this more about for my getting out and about with people, right? And talking about what I do and how I do and stuff like that. And I thought that was very important that we reconnect with everybody today. Um, I hope y'all join me again. Um, and again, if you any of my stuff is in my uh, main description on my YouTube channel. I offer coaching sessions. I do life coaching. I do health and wellness for chronic conditions because I have a couple of chronic conditions and I help with that. And then I love to travel. So again, I created a travel group. And I'm also in the process of, you know, eventually relocating to Mexico. Even though I have residency there, I'm still here in the U.S. And I have a relocation tour scheduled February the 21st through the 24th that you can also book and come along and meet the facilitators and get some questions answered um, and see for yourself. The tour is for Querétaro and San Miguel de Allende. I'm also working with facilitators. If I have to have 10 minimum for me to do a relocation preview trip to Panama and Colombia. So leave a comment in the section, send me an email or if you go to my travel website, um, there is a contact me page, right? And you can fill that out and put in suggestions where you would like to travel or where would you like to relocate or try to do a relocation tour to. And we could try to set something up. I just, like I said, I need a minimum of 10 because for me to get blocks to do that and have a facilitator have it worth their while to come out and talk to people because I have to pay them for that. So I just, anybody looks on the page, if you look at if you go to my website, if you look there, and again, it's Blissful Soul. The soul is spelled SOL, like the Spanish word for sun. If blissfulsoultravel.com, it's in the description also. Um, you can look at the trips that I have. You can look at the relocation tour that I have. And that is mainly, the pricing is mainly because I have to pay the vendors, right? The hotel, which are the accommodations, the facilitator that comes out and speaks and does informational sessions, um, for the daily breakfast, the for us to be able to do stuff, for us to be able to have transport around those two cities every day while we're there exploring and seeing and paying for the tour guide. That's all included, right? And so I am very upfront. I'm very honest. I believe that everybody should travel. I believe everybody, if you want to move abroad, I don't think you should go blind. I think you should go see first. This was a beautiful place for me. So I did that. But I also have had friends talking about, oh, they want to know about Panama or Colombia. So I have a facilitator that can do those two. But they were like, I need 10 to get my people to be able to do it. Um, so I'm getting ready because I got 7 minutes before my lunch break is up. Um, I will go live on Thursday about 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's 7:30 Eastern, 5:30 Mountain, 4:30 West Coast or Pacific Standard Time. And we could come back and have, I call it happy hour, right? Grab your cocktail, your martini, your mocktail, glass of wine, whatever make you happy. I'm all right with it. If we can sit up there and have a great conversation and talk about the stuff that's on y'all's mind, what you want to do, where you want to travel, give me some ideas and I can give y'all some ideas. I mainly do group tips. I do not do individual travel, but if I get some good ideas, you never know. I'll put something together and throw it out there and see what comes along. Guys, I thank you so much for joining me today. For my lunch, y'all made me feel so much better. I really was feeling drained. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the Simply Slay Life podcast with me. Again, I'm Chelle. I'll see y'all Thursday evening at 6:30. Bye.